This is Paul Newman, and if you are seeing this screen, I am hoping to assure you here that the live stream. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another video. Thank you very much for taking the time to join me today. As always, it is very much appreciated on this Thursday evening at the start of April 2026. I hope you are all doing well and have had a good week so far, heading towards Easter here. If you're a member of the Christian faith here in the UK, it's actually a Good Friday tomorrow. So what we're going to do, what other way is there to celebrate than taking another look at a classic watch 26 possible. This one, I think, is the first one we've looked at this year that is running and based in France. But before we take a look at the horse, where can people find the horses? Classicwatch26.great/site.net is where people will be able to find this year's classic watch. The Roll of Honour coming together slowly but surely. The three Southern Hemisphere theatres that we took a look at, New Zealand, Australia and South Africa, are already very much on the site. The projects took a bit of a blow in the Southern Hemisphere because the South Africa Derby and the South Africa Oaks upcoming this week are only Group 2 races, which is disappointing to say the least, that we seemingly only have the 4 Group 1 races for 3-year-olds this season so far in South Africa. But yeah, classicwatch26.great/site.net is the place to keep an eye on all these horses throughout the season. I will also quickly mention my own personal Patreon channel, Newman Racing. It's called on Patreon. Why not head over there as well and see if that is up your street? It's a mix mash really of content. There's some resources on there for you to download and use in the future. Pedigree notes, previous pedigree notes, things like that. There's also all the National Hunt stuff. All the National Hunt racing has moved over to the Patreon channel. And there's also the yearly look at the horses as well, where we boot horses off lists and add horses onto lists so people are able to keep track of what's going on throughout the season, really, over the jumps and on the flat. So head over, like I said, to Newman Racing over on Patreon and see if that is up your street. Right, let's get cracking now with this French-based classic watch possible. And the horse in question is Elastic. Elastic is a colt sired by Lope de Vega out of Solilia. The horse is trained by Christoph Furland and is owned and bred by Wertheimer Frere. People will see that the horse has had 4 runs in its career so far, and the horse has never finished out of the first 2 in its career. 2 wins and 2 second places for earnings currently, together with premiums, of €108,802 in the horse's career so far. Sadly, the horse didn't win the first time out. The horse could only finish second at Deauville on debut last season, but the horse made no mistake at the second time of asking, winning its maiden at St. Cloud when up to a mile. The first race was over 7.5 furlongs. The horse then earned a step up in trip, it's fair to say. The horse could finish second again in a Group 3 2-year-old race at Chantilly last season. We'll have a look at what race that was in a moment. But then the horse managed to get the trial victory that I am looking for, to include videos on the horses as they approach 3, when the horse managed to gain its first pattern race victory in the listed Prix Omnium II, the first 3-year-old trial over a mile for 3-year-olds at St. Cloud on the 15th of March this year. So the horse is a Group 3 place listed winner on only 4 starts in its career so far. You'll see plenty of entries for the horse so far. You'll see the horse is entered in the Prix de Conde. Oh no, he didn't win on that. He ran in the Omni in the second. The horse is also entered on the 6th of April in the Prix La Force. I think he might have pulled out there. And there's also coming up the Prix Imprudence. The Prix Fontainebleau on the 12th of April. And it's a long time since I've looked at this. I'm struggling how to read it there. Yeah, Omnium second, he ran in. Prix La Force, the horse isn't running in. over this weekend. He could turn up in the Prix Fontainebleau at Longchamp the week after. And the horse has also entered in the French 2,000 guineas and the French Derby at this stage. So there is classic plans somewhere afoot. You would see the horse is still in the 2 classics at this stage. I know people like to have a look at these horses on the Racing Post as well. So we will do that now. You see the horses ran to a best Racing Post rating of 108 this stage so far, which he gained when beating Zambezi by 3/4 of a length on his last start. The Group 3 the horse was placed in was the Prix de Chêne, the Fons European d'Elevage last season, when the horse was beaten a short neck, by Oceans 4, where the horse ran to a mark of 92. You see there the horse has been slowly but surely improving, until improving by 16 on his 3rd run to his 4th start, which is a fair jump forward, it's fair to say, I think, for winning a St. Cloud listed race in the middle of March. Be interesting to see how this horse progresses, it is fair to say. Take a look at the horse now on the Pedigree Online Thoroughbred database. You will see that everything is correct there. 4 wins, 2 wins and 2 places, and race earnings on the track of €62,173. This site doesn't use owners and breeders premiums added onto the total, but you see there the horse second in the Prix de Chêne Group 3, and at 3 won the Prix Omnium the second. So this horse is definitely, I think, heading in the right direction. A horse never out of the first 2 in 4 starts out in France. And yeah, it's an interesting horse, I think, because it is quite a well-bred horse, to say the least. We don't really have to do much pedigree digging in this one. I'll show you the dam of the horse while I'm here. Solilia is the dam of the horse, a mare born in 2012, sired by Galileo out of Plumania. Solilia raced 6 times in her career, 1 win, 2 seconds and 2 thirds. So 5 out of 6 starts in the first 3 for career earnings of €31,000 in her race career. No pattern race form at all for Solilia when trained by André Fabre and racing in France, but she is a black type producer, as we've seen, through Elastic. She is also this horse is also related to a horse we did on Classic Watch last year, sired by Siuni. So we can include this horse in the the card for this horse in the video. Sinileo is the name of the horse, a colt, born in 2022, sired by Siuni, like I said, out of Solilea. Sinileo is an interesting horse. He actually went off the favourite for the French Derby on only his 2nd start. The horse has currently raced 3 times in his career, 1 win and 1 third. 2 out of 3 starts in the first 3, for career earnings of €27,150 up to this date in France. Sinileo was 3rd in the Group 2 Prix Eugene Adam on his 3rd start after he went off at favourite in the French Derby. So this horse was also Group 2 placed after only 3 starts. Sinileo, be interesting to see what this horse does next season. It's fair to say the season that is just starting. Right, what else can we do quickly? I will pause the video quickly because I think there's somebody at my door, or there's something going on next door. Yeah, they're just next door living their lives. But it did sound like it was my door quickly. I forgot to tell you all that this horse actually, Elastic, is dam line number 14. If people look on the Pedigree Online Thoroughbred database. And another thing that I can do is I can include a card to Sinileo in this video. So I do not really have to bang on about the direct dam line as much. In this video, I can just include a card on Sinileo, and I will do that by placing the card now. That should come up at the top of the YouTube video at the right point when needed. You'll see that if people look at the pedigree of Elastic, you'll see it's another Feather Quest and the Feather Hill horse. The horses I do like so much descended back to the 5th dam, foaled in 1970 a lady called Lady Berry, a mare called Lady Berry, sorry. What we can do is we can take a look at Dam Line 14. People still have to go through the Wayback Machine to access the site, bloodlines.net. There seems no way in the immediate future of this site being fixed, sadly. And you'll see there that if people head to there, you'll see that Lady Berry, in fact herself, was a classic winner of the French St Leger. There's also other horses very closely related to this horse, horses like Falco, the French 2000 Guineas winner of 2008, and Absolutely, horse that won the Australian Oaks of 2010, sired by Reduced Choice, as well as Daydream, sired by Lomitas, horse that won the Italian Oaks, the Arc, and the King George. So there are just four of the horses that will probably be discussed in the Sinaleo video. Aventure is also on the Feather Quest line, and I will be able to actually insert another video that I used. Aventure is another classic watch horse, and the video I used for her supporting case, I will be able to add as a card in this video also. That horse was called Left Sea, which I think that horse was the first Feather Quest horse that we looked at in the classic watch process. I don't really like to repeat myself when talking too much about pedigrees. I just like to leave videos and let people look at them themselves if they do wish. But yeah, I will be able to insert the video that we used for the horse Left Sea into this video as a card as well, and I will do that now. So there is plenty of supporting evidence to support this horse, Elastic, the first classic watch 26 possible in France. Right, that really is pretty much all the pedigree talk we have to do on this video, because like I said, I am all over this line, to say the least, any that I do like. We've tried enough in the past. So basically, all we need to do now is watch the horse win. We're not going to watch the horse win its maiden, because Elastic never managed to win first time out. But we will watch the horse Elastic win last time out. We'll watch the horse win the Prix Omnium the second, I think the race is called, a listed race at Saint-Cloud. The Prix Omnium Deuxième, I think that will be pronounced in France. There must have been two horses called Omnium at some point in France. But yeah, we can watch the horse now, Elastic, win that race after closing down a few tabs to save on some CPU. We can head to March 2025 now and head to Saint-Cloud to watch the first French listed race of Classic Watch 2026. Normally, we have looked at a few French horses by now, but this is the first one this year at this stage. Anyone think I was learning by my mistakes, everybody, and putting up horses too early in France? But yeah, we'll take a look now at the Prix Omnium the second, a race held in Saint-Cloud on the 15th of March, and then we will see what we think.
Off and racing now. From the inside gate, Elastic Blue Jacket, white sleeve, bounded straight to the lead. Goodbye Manu goes into second, and Cielo di Roma is third. Zambezi is the whites to the runners in the stripes. They will follow them by Saffron Door, and then came Kovakov, and last of all is Ghazi. They go through the first 300 metres, and taking the lead was Elastic. Maxine Guillon takes the favourite to the front, shows out by 3 parts of a length. Zambezi is racing second, and Goodbye Manu is third. Fourth along the inside rail was Celio di Roma, followed then by Saffron Door. A length and a half away then to Cobby Cobb in the brown jacket, and 2 away last of all is Ghazi. Heading on down toward the first turn, they've got 900 metres to travel, and the front runner is Elastic, no change. Zambezi is a length away in a similar margin. Third on the inside, Celio di Roma. In fourth placing came Goodbye Manu, with Saffron Door improving on the outside. Cobby Cobb is in second last placing, and still Ghazi saw them all as they came towards the top of the straight. About to come into the home running, 600 out, and it is Elastic first for the judge. In second placing, in the centre is Zambezi. Third on the near side is Saffron Door. They were followed then by Celio de Roma. Next then came Goodbye Manu, Kovikov, and then on the outside was Ghazi, racing down to the last 300. Shaken up in front is Elastic. Zambezi tries hard, but he's under pressure. That pair have drawn well clear now of Saffron Door. Celio de Roma running on then is Ghazi. In dying stages, it's Elastic kicking clear inside the final 100. Goes away from Zambezi, all the way for Elastic. Elastic is first, Zambezi is second. Celio de Roma ran third. Fourth was Ghazi. They were followed by Saffron Door, Goodbye Manu, and Kovikov. Number 6 is the winner, Elastic. First up for this campaign, was second in a Group 3 at the end of last season. Well, not the end, but toward the end of last season. Maxime Guillon on board, raced by the Fatima brothers. And Elastic comes into this race. 3-star.
Very interesting performance. I thought that, that they let jockey Maxime Guillon dictate the pace of the race, didn't they? And I think he gave the horse a beautiful ride on the day. I think the horse never saw another rival. A comfortable enough 3/4 length victory on the day to land his first pattern race, the Prix Omnium the second at St. Cloud. Like I said, the horse travelled well through the race, I thought, and just really showed his class. It's interesting, really, that this horse has really already achieved more than the horse that went off as favourite for the French Derby on its second start. By winning a listed race, that horse, Sinileo, was only a Group 2 placed horse. So if that horse, Sinileo, went off on his favourite for the French Derby, it's quite difficult at this stage to say that Elastic isn't a classic horse, isn't it? If all things are considered. I do think it will be interesting to see how Elastic progresses. I've got some nice horses in France this year. The fact that I haven't put any on the channel should have no indicator that my horses in France, if I can get them to where I need to get them to, are not very good. They are. It's just a lot of them sadly fluff their lines on Art Weekend by finishing second behind other strong European contenders that I am hoping to have on the channel. But yeah, this is the first French-based Classic Watch possible. It's funny to think that we've got one on the channel from Germany before we've got one in France. But that's the way things are. We're in no way neglecting Central Europe this year. Elastic, hopefully, will at some point fly the flag in a Classic. And if the horse does, then the horse will be seen on classicwatch26.great/site.net. Right, I think classicwatch26.great/site.net, so I'm not sure if I gave that right. Right, I think I can think about leaving this video here now. A nice short one for you all today. Thank you very much for taking the time to join me today as I made this video. I hope you've enjoyed watching the video as much as I have enjoyed making it. Nice horse, Elastic, and let's hope he can get the French Classic Watch 26 Possibles off to a good start. What I can do in this video is I can give you an opportunity to subscribe to the channel. That way, moving forward, you will not miss any of my content at all. If you do a little bit of work with your YouTube notifications, it is possible to get YouTube to notify you every time I update a video. And that way, you will not miss any of my content at all. That is one thing I can do for you. And another thing I can do for you at the end of this video is I can give you a playlist. And I will give you a playlist to all the Classic Watch 26 Possibles so far. That way, if you choose to, you can choose to be abreast of all the Classic Watch 26 horses. At this stage, I think we're approaching now just under 30 horses around the world so far, with a long way to go. The trials in Europe will soon be starting. America is proving slightly disappointing this year, but we've still got three horses on the site from America, and hopefully I will be adding more in due course around the world. But for now, like I said, I think I can think about leaving this video. Coming up this weekend, well, it's Classic Weekend again in Australia. The Australian Derby is upcoming this weekend. There's also a couple of Group 2 Classics, like I said, in South Africa. Just a shame we can't identify any new horses out there in them, but hopefully we will have a couple of identified horses going round in that weekend for people to take a look at. And next week, and also coming up the weekend, there's some trials in France as well. I think it's the Park Express Stakes at the Coa as well, heading in Ireland as well. And then the week after that, it's the first classic in Japan, the Japanese 1,000 guineas. So expect to see a few more Japanese videos in the coming week or so, hopefully, to go with the two that we already have on the site. But for now, I will leave this video here now. Take care of yourselves, everybody. Have a fantastic Easter if you celebrate that sort of thing. If you don't, then have a fantastic weekend anyway, doing what you like, what you love doing. Look after yourselves and your loved ones, everybody. Take care of yourselves. Goodbye, and I hope to be back soon. Goodbye.